Hi everyone, this is your friend Political Beta. I'm here today to talk about Oklahoma gubernatorial candidate Gary Richardson. Gary Richardson came and visited the University of Science and Arts of Oklahoma back in September. We are giving every gubernatorial candidate a chance to come and discuss their stances and why they should be elected in the 2018 election. So I wanted to make this a little bit more accessible, give everybody kind of brief overviews of all of the candidates from their talks, their websites, their flyers. So first candidate that visited was Gary Richardson. He's a 76-year-old Republican. He graduated from Southern Nazarene University in Oklahoma in 1963. He went on to the Oklahoma City University School of Law and is currently a personal injury lawyer in Tulsa, Oklahoma. He has served as the U.S. Attorney of the Eastern District of Oklahoma from 1981 to 1984. He is run as the Republican nominee for the United States House of Representatives in the Oklahoma Congressional 2nd District. First time was in 1978, the second time was 2 years later in 1980. This is his second time running for governor in Oklahoma. First time was in 2002 when Brad Henry was elected. He gained 14% of the votes when he ran as an independent. So, when Mr. Richardson came to our school, he handed out a few informational pieces. I'm going to go ahead and show those to you now. They may make a later appearance in this video. This is the first one. It is the Donald Trump style hat. It says, "Make turnpikes free roads again." On the back, it has the typical learn more at his website with his face. The inside looks like something you would get in driver's ed. The second piece that he gave to us was a sideways flyer. This is his name. Again, this is his picture. The back has his website. The inside, his picture of himself and his wife, and talks about his background. The final piece that he gave to us was a paper which was labeled the kitchen table plan. Discusses what the plan is, discusses various cuts. Backside is his short plan and long-term plan. Again, learn more at his website. So I did go to his website. Something that he mentioned during the talk was the 1995 study over the Oklahoma turnpikes. He said that you can find that at his website. I did find that rather difficult to find. I had to Google Gary Richardson 1995 study, Oklahoma turnpikes. And it was the first link that came up. But there does not appear to be any way to search for that specifically on his website. I found it rather difficult. I could be wrong. I may have just not been familiar with the website. It seems overall difficult to navigate for me. There are pictures with the main issues. You must click on the words. You cannot click on the pictures, but you must click on the words in order to see his issues. I have a quick list of his issues, and I'm going to discuss them very briefly. They're going to be in the order that I came across them on the website. You can do this by going to GaryRichardson.org, and if you just click on issues, you have to scroll down initially, and then the issues on a full screen are in a block configuration. I'm assuming on the mobile, as it was in my half screen on my computer, they appear one after the other. So, the first issue that comes up is abortion. Richardson is very pro-life. He, in his discussion, equated abortion to murder. It's a very short page. He is pro-Second Amendment. I'm not sure how everybody wants to talk about that right now, but he's for guns with appropriate guidelines. He doesn't really go into detail about that, but he talks about appropriate guidelines. That didn't really come up during our discussion. He is an NRA member and has a concealed carry permit. The next issue is taxes. Regarding taxes, he wants to do a forensic audit of every aspect of Oklahoma government. He believes that wasteful spending is what is creating our budget problem. He supplements this with his own experience where he was in an office and they asked at the end of the year for him to pick out furniture so that they could finish using up all of their budget so that they didn't lose anything for the next year. So I'm going to go to our kitchen table plan pamphlet. I'm just going to read these off to you. Just a few of the high points. He overall wants to eliminate $465 million from the Oklahoma budget. He truly believes that if we eliminate wasteful spending from places such as the Turnpike Authority, Medicaid, specifically Medicaid enrollment audits, he wants to place a 3-year moratorium on agent swag. So if you're not sure what swag is, because I don't know that people really are familiar with that term when it comes to marketing, swag is the things such as the pens that you get from a school, from a business that have their name stamped on them. Has a phone number, a website, something to remind you of the place that you've been. Wants to repeal the zero emission tax credit for any new projects or activity. Wants to repeal the Hollywood subsidy film incentive. And would like to create some hiring reforms. So as we've discussed, the total that actually comes up when you look at all of his spending cuts is $465 million. What he advertises on the back of the same paper is $500 million dollars in savings. So he does round up. He does round up. And I can see how that can be appealing to Oklahomans to hear that we could save $500 million. But if you really look at what he's saying, we would not be saving quite that much. My understanding was that he believes Republican leaders are failing at Republican morals. They're not upholding the party stances. He is opposed to anything with a slight appearance to socialism. This was discussed during his talk. He is also opposed to Obamacare. In fact, he put it as Obama don't care. He feels like rearranging where money will go will help with the budget deficits. He wants to change tax breaks for businesses. He wants to make new tax reforms that are friendlier to businesses, but also make everyone pay their fair share. As far as education, he discussed this, and this is on his website. He is intending an audit of the education system of Oklahoma. He would like to instill a state education board, and he would like to remove the federal influences. Additionally, he wants to make it so that parents can choose wherever their children are going to go for schooling. This includes public school, private school, charter, online, etc. My understanding is that it may have included like out of district. A big part of his plan is the Turnpike. He really hovered on this topic. His big issue with Oklahoma is the Turnpike. He said that the Turnpike Authority has never been audited. He would like to have a forensic audit of the Turnpike to see exactly who is getting the money from it, who's benefiting from it. And on his website, he discusses that without it doesn't seem that he's really going to consider the results of that audit. He intends to audit and then dismantle the turnpikes. So I have put together an Excel document that will be available. It will be updated as more candidates come to talk. I'm going to be looking at all of their websites. I'm going to compare them as evenly as I can. In this flyer, the Gary Richardson for governor, with him and his wife. This right across the top, it says, "It's time to follow Republican principles, not Republican leaders." So going back, he does not think that the Republican leaders are following the Republican Party. Final thing I want to discuss is that he did have copies of his book available. It's called Black Robe Fever. I have not yet read this. I will be reading it, and I will be discussing it once I have. Yeah, I don't see a publisher on here, so I think he may have self-published this. That's really all I have to say. Those are his issue stances that he has on his website. There are issues that were not discussed at the talk that are not on his website that I know can be very personal to people. And I will attempt to put a link in the description about any kind of contact information for him, any way to find out how to find out more about his stances on specific issues. I will be linking his website. You can volunteer and donate there. You can sign up for his newsletter. You can read through those pages, get a little bit more detail about things that I discussed. Feel free to look him up on Google. He does have a Wikipedia page. Go ahead and look through any of the news articles that you find. You know, make your own decision about who you want to be the governor of Oklahoma. I'm simply here to give you information regarding what they've said at a talk, what I have found through my own small research. So, if you like what you saw, you can go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. Other than that, I hope you have a wonderful day.